Hello and welcome. Glad to have you here. Today, I would like to share some thoughts about friendliness, kindness, compassion with you. Um, Maybe you have seen my recent video from last week. I have started to create AI generated pictures just for fun. If you haven't seen the video and you want to know what I'm talking about, I put a link up here on the screen so you can watch the video if you like. Yeah, so I started to create pictures, and sometimes a lot of patience is necessary. So the AI is not ideal. It doesn't provide me with the results that I would like to have. I can only generate 3 pictures per day, and I have often to adjust. I mean, in general, the pictures are only as good as your verbal description is. But the AI still makes a lot of mistakes. I try to be very thorough and very precise, but it makes mistakes and I have to make adjustments. And sometimes it takes days before I get the result I want. And at the weekend, I was at a friend's, and he asked me, can you show me how you create these wonderful pictures? And I said, yes, of course. And I showed him the process, and then he recognized something. He said, man, you say please, you say thank you are kind, you're patient. It's so annoying sometimes, the results that you get. But why are you so kind and friendly? He said, I mean, it's an AI, it's not conscious, it's not sentient, it doesn't feel, it doesn't have any feelings. And I said, first of all, I think you are right, but I'm not completely sure. uh, I think not yet, but I don't know. I'm not so sure about the threshold to consciousness. And we'll leave that question aside. This is a very technical and complicated and philosophical question, and this is not a subject of this video. But again, why am I kind? Why do I choose kind words and say thank you for good results and say, oh, that was not so good, please make this and that adjustment? And I think it is important to be mindful of your actions, of your speech, no matter whom you're talking with. And that is because if you want to cultivate kindness, mindfulness, friendliness, compassion, then you must cultivate it in a universal way. If I only cultivate it with regards to human beings, or maybe even also animals, but not with artificial intelligences, then there can be some negativity, some anger, some hatred, maybe even, that I let into my mind. And this kind of pollutes my mind then with negativity, with suffering. I mean, being angry, being impatient. First of all, it doesn't change anything. If I'm friendly or not, it doesn't change the results of the artificial intelligence. But it creates suffering in me, in myself. It is, if you want to practice kindness and friendliness, you cannot restrict it. It makes no sense. And maybe a useful metaphor is practicing kindness and friendliness is like mental perfuming. Yeah. So I practice it with regards to everything. And this inclines my mind towards this open, friendly attitude in general. It is a kind of open, pleasant, beautiful condition of the mind. And related to this behavior is how do we treat objects? Are we careless? Or do we treat even objects with respect? Not because the objects might get damaged if we treat them carelessly. That's of course one point. But the other point is that if we treat objects carelessly, we let this carelessness and negativity in our minds, and it contradicts what we want to practice, friendliness, and what we want to cultivate, rather. Friendliness, mindfulness, compassion. So it's not such a big question whom we are talking with, whom we are dealing with. If we want to cultivate compassion, kindness, friendliness, we must practice it with regards to everything and everyone, no matter what. So, these were my thoughts. My friend was convinced. I don't know if you are convinced, but you don't have to be convinced. Don't believe me. Practice it. Try it and see what happens with yourself. Practice kindness. Be mindful of your speech. Be mindful of your actions. And if you speak and act in a compassionate and kind and friendly way for a time, then see what happens with you. See if you are more open, if your mind is calmer, happier. It's up to you. Thanks for watching.